The project that I'm working on at the moment with Roarhouse, the performance art workshops into a Fringe show, that's pretty exciting because that's kind of, I've kind of organised that and facilitated it, so it's kind of on my shoulders, and so there's a bit of pressure to make it work and get everything happening. So this is pretty exciting, having a group of 10 to 12 people to work with to create a performance art piece. And,
So have you found that it's been quite collaborative, the whole process?
The workshops?
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about encounters and communication then.
Well, the kind of concept is to play with ways we communicate, exploring kind of inner space, outer space, public space, where we draw the lines, where the boundaries are met, what sort of costumes and clothes and skin we put on when we're in public, depending on the situation. Playing with ideas about that. So people have come up with some really interesting stuff. So.
Yeah, great. So they've thought of the ideas themselves and you've sort of helped
That's right.
them.
We gave them the loose theme, then done a few workshops to just give them some tools to work with, like improvisation, building text, and then they come up with essentially the material for the workshop.
Yeah.
For the performance, sorry.
Shoot him.
Hi, so James?
Yeah.
What's your involvement in Roarhouse?
Well, I've performed for Roarhouse for a couple of years now, doing performance poetry.
Okay, so how's that experience been for you?
It's been great. It's been fantastic. I first got involved with Roarhouse through friends, through Frank, the one who does not exist, and Rupert Owen, people like that. And they put me onto Roarhouse, and I got to know Marieka, and Marieka in particular, but the whole organisation has been immensely supportive of my work.
So how have you found that they've been supportive? Like, what have they done to help you with your creative vision?
Well, they booked me for gigs for a start.
Yeah.
That's pretty important. But just being supportive, I guess, of something which is different. And even in performance poetry is hardly mainstream, but what I'm doing is pretty much on the fringes of the non-mainstream performance poetry sort of scene in Melbourne. So Marieka and Roarhouse have been hugely supportive of that sort of art, and that has been the experience, I would think, of my friends who are also involved with Roarhouse.
Why the boxes? And we are both impenetrable.
Desiring, despairing, deliriously, I dance.
We dance.
The cool strut, the funky funk, a lecherous, treacherous gaze.
The curse of impassivity placed on my shoulders.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Georgia.
Nice to meet you, Georgia.
Nice to meet you too. So tell me about the TV.
The TV is a concept of media and how media can be upside down and topsy-turvy. So the TV is upside down, and when I express and interact with people, and say in this performance show which is happening for Roarhouse, I'm going to be performing so that there's not going to be much of a chance that people can really interact. There's that concept that TV you can't interact with it. You're just watching it. So, but there's this idea that you can almost interact with me because the person, probably the audience member that comes to see the show, probably think, oh, I want to try and speak to you, say something to you or something, but they can't because I won't let them.
So you're exploring.
But now I am.
Yeah, you're exploring the idea that sort of TV is really one-sided.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no sort of emotional connection there. That's really interesting.
Very, very well put.
Well, has the community element of Roarhouse, has that made it easier for you to collaborate with others and to make it more of an ensemble project then?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I've become aware of myself, my strengths and weaknesses as a performer, and continue to do so. And even in this particular workshops that have been happening until now, there's been many times that I've seen, this is my strength or this is my weakness, and I like this about, I like what I did here, but I don't like what I did there and stuff. So it was always a chance afterwards to reflect and then bring it back in the next workshop and stuff.
Live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove.
I crown you king of the carnival of lost souls. Tonight I am regent. Tomorrow court jester.
It is all I have to offer. You know what we never did?
We never danced.
We never danced.
We never danced.
Hi, Anne.
Hi.
So tell me what's your role been in this forthcoming project with Roarhouse?
Okay, because this is the first drama project that I've been involved in, I've tried to lean more to the drama side, being an actor, rather than be involved in music, even though I'm a classically trained piano teacher. So now it seems like I'm combining the two and doing the drama and the music side as well as writing text for the play.
Mm-hmm. So how's that been, that merge of two very different sort of crafts? Has that been challenging?
Yeah, it has. I didn't know how I was going to do it until tonight, then I've come up with this idea. And it's only a small piece I've got to write. It's only about 12 notes, so I can get other people to play it. So it has to be something easy for other people to play, as well as acting in it as well.
Oh, great. So that's really interesting. Has it been really exciting to sort of...
Yeah, it definitely has, because for the first time I've done improvisation 2 weeks ago. I've never done that before, and that was challenging. I was scared at first, and then it just seemed to flow. You just have to think on your feet a lot.
Yeah. So just getting into it now, has that been difficult rather than having a background in performing?
No, not really. It's just finding the time, because being a single parent, I had complete care of the children, and now they've gotten older, I have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So it's just finding the opportunity, that's all.
So you found that it's been like a pretty nurturing environment, and so it's made it easier to think on your feet and sort of feel comfortable with everyone? Yeah,
the people are really nice and raw, so they're very encouraging. So you can make mistakes, you can laugh, get over it, move on. So
yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect.
No, definitely not. Not at this stage, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe when we do the performance. And Raw's been fantastic and giving me the opportunity, just like an ordinary person, a person that isn't involved really in the theatre music scene that much in Melbourne, to give a person like me the opportunity is really, really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Take it
So have you found that there's been any challenges along the way?
So the challenge with this project is the timeline. We've got a very short amount of time to put the performance together, and working with such a big group, that's becoming a challenge. How do we kind of mesh everything together and include everybody's ideas and desires and what they want to kind of do, and putting all that together to make a cohesive kind of a whole performance out of these different elements. And with a limited budget, we're just scrapping up bits of equipment and pulling things from here and there to put it together. So.
Have those restrictions though made it sort of more exciting and more rewarding in the end, do you think?
Well, yes, more that it gives it some limitations. So because there's been some pretty out there ideas and some great ideas in terms of using technology, lighting, interactivity with sound and having projector and all this sort of stuff, but we've got to keep within our means. Yeah. So it's actually been a good, it would always be nice to have a little bit more money to play with, but it's kept things not in a box but within limitations, so we've got certain boundaries, so we can't go too far and go too extravagant. Yeah. So building the show that it relies on the action and the context of what people actually come up with rather than what fancy gadgets we might have or some lovely multimedia piece or something. So with those restrictions, it gets people to really kind of get working together to come up with something.
Cool.
Imagine yourself walking through beautiful grassy meadows, beautiful grassy meadows, beautiful grassy meadows, beautiful grassy meadows, beautiful grassy meadows. Filled with many flowers, with many flowers, filled with many flowers, filled with many flowers, filled with many flowers, filled with many flowers. Look, is it? On the far side of this is a wood. This is wood. This is wood. As you come into the woodland, through the trees.
Encounters in Communication workshops were a lot about inclusive performance, as is Roarhouse, of course, keeping with the ethos of the organisation, and offering people from many and varied backgrounds and with diverse levels of performance experience and opportunity to participate in a project for the Fringe Festival, going from the initial stages to the finished product, which is of course 2 performances in the festival.
So are you excited about those performances?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I think we've got a great group. In community arts, and especially working with people who can come from anywhere, having any sorts of experience, you really, it's such a mixed bag, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, right.
And the group that we have, while they are, certainly they fit that criteria, but they've just worked really well so far on the project.
Really good group dynamic.
Yeah, it's great actually. And people are working together well, they're sharing ideas in a positive fashion. I'm really pleased with the progress.
We suggested an open theme for people to work with, but the aim of the workshops was for us to give them tools in performance art making or cross-platform arts, so to do with text, human movements, elements of kind of drama, performance art, sound and lo-fi technology, and bring that together into a performance piece. The idea is that we give them the tools and the group actually come up with the performance based around a loose theme that we introduced called Encounters in Communication, which is the title of the show.